7 days, 4 states, 1 motorcycle, and more gear than I've ever put through an airport. This video is not about Cassiar. It's about what Cassiar got to be a part of. Iconium Media, the production company behind the Journey Unbound, brought us in to support their road production team. The Journey Unbound follows former Navy SEAL Josh Jacob as he rides his Harley across the American South, stopping to spend time with military service members and first responders, and exploring the role of faith that plays in recovery from moral injury. It's hosted by Josh and produced by Iconium in partnership with the American Warriors Association. Our role was specific: multi-camera interview setups, on-location lighting, and the ability to adapt to whatever the day threw at us, across 4 states in 7 days. This is the story of what that week actually looked like behind the lens. The week before we left, our studio was a construction zone. That's actually why I'm recording this in my basement. One of the things I always try to do before a shoot like this is label everything. When you're on location and you need Adam to grab that Action 6 mount without having to dig through 4 bags, a label is worth its weight in gold. The small things don't seem small when you're standing on a beach with 5 cameras and the wind is picking up. I also picked up a few new pieces of kit, specifically a Shape USB-C to D-tap adapter that would let me charge V-mount batteries on the road with a USB-C brick. Hey Magic, you're on my tripod bag. You like it up there? It worked. Small win. One thing most people don't see before a production trip like this is the carnet. When you're crossing an international border with professional film equipment, cameras, lenses, lighting, all of it, you need a document that itemizes every piece of gear and guarantees to customs that you're going to bring it all back home. It's called a carnet. You get it stamped on the way out and stamped again on the way back. Mess it up and you're paying duties on your own equipment. We ended up having a long layover in Denver, which sounds like a bad thing, but we took advantage of the downtime. We found a lounge, opened the laptops, and spent a couple hours reviewing the shot list and getting our heads in the first shoot day. There was also this robot there that was bussing tables, doing its thing. So we landed in Nashville and met the rest of the Iconium crew, which was Jamie, our director, and Karen, who was producing this series and running the social accounts. We loaded up the van and checked into our hotel. Shoot day 1. We had a 35-minute drive from Columbia to Josh's property outside of Nashville. I had the camera pre-built and on my lap on the ride over, so I was ready to shoot as soon as we arrived. The first time seeing the property, and I immediately could see we had something to work with. Josh's barn was everything I'd hoped for. Character, dimension, natural light pouring through the garage doors. It was pretty great. We started with the exteriors with the light being as good as it was, and then as the sun got higher, we moved indoors. We shot some B-roll of Josh and his fiancée in their home, and then a short conversation on their front swing. We moved to the main interview setup in the motorcycle shop. All right, we are lit and ready to go for our barn scene. Give you a quick tour of what's going on here. Adam on C-cam, B-cam Adam. We got the one feeding mat over there. The other one's mounted in the ceiling. A-cam is over here, and then up here we have C-cam. Adam's running cable from the attic. Look at this. We got the Infinimat up in the ceiling, and here's the bike that we'll uncover. We had good control of the lighting in that space and managed to keep it consistent for the duration of the conversation. Then there was the drone.
So I've managed to land our drone in the tree, near the top of a very tall tree.
We decided to keep rolling on our interviews and keep to the schedule. And maybe the drone would end up falling out of the tree. That'd be nice. You gotta pivot for these things, that's the job. And honestly, the barn setup was so strong that we didn't need the aerial that morning. After the conversation in the motorcycle shop, Adam ended up finding the drone on the ground.
So I did fly the drone and I parked it at the top of the tree. That was a bad idea. It's not I don't think it's supposed to do that.
They're foldable wings, but not that way. Here's something most people don't know. So DJI drones are currently banned from sale in the United States. So losing our drone on day 1 of a 7-day shoot in the middle of Tennessee meant we were potentially without aerial coverage for the rest of the trip. Adam didn't see it as a problem, and he came to me with a solution. He got on Facebook Marketplace that night and ended up finding a drone listed for sale on our route to the next location. Every single drone shot you see from day 2 onward exists because Adam made that happen on his own. That's the thing about working with the right people. When something breaks, they don't wait to be told what to do. And that's exactly why I call Adam when the stakes are high. One of the things I've been testing on this production was the DJI Action 6. I picked it up specifically for this trip. It's small, versatile, and it's an action camera that I wanted to find as many ways as possible to use it. We mounted it to Josh's bike, to his chest, to his helmet, and later on in the back of the rental car for some roller shots. The footage it returned was strong, really strong. It was one of those more valuable pieces of kit we brought. For this series, I wanted to shoot a lot of long lens footage, partly to keep our distance from the subjects and partly to make it feel like we were just observers of these intimate conversations. I wanted to get a shot of Josh ripping down this twisty section of road, but the angle wasn't quite right. So Adam had the idea to climb up on the roof of the side-by-side to get the height and angle he needed. The shot looked great. The drive from Nashville to Fairhope was about 5 hours, and somewhere in there Adam made the suggestion for the driving shots. The ones where we were shooting with the camera outside the car window of Josh on his bike. We needed something to stabilize and reduce the road vibration. Adam suggested a cushion. We looked at some options and ended up settling on a squishy mallow, one of those large stuffed animals. It worked so well, and would become an endearing piece of equipment on the trip. We named him Dough Baby.
This is Dough Baby.
So we arrived in Fairhope, Alabama, tucked right at the tip of the state on Mobile Bay. And day 2 started with a challenge I hadn't fully anticipated. The house didn't have an obvious room for this 3-person interview we wanted to do. We walked the whole property, in the living room, the porch, out back. We needed 3 people on camera, and there was a lot of time pressure. We needed something that actually would look good on camera. We kept coming back to the kitchen island. It wasn't the most cinematic option on paper, but it felt right, and it was the fastest to light well. And honestly, once we had it set up, it was just right for the conversation that we were having there. That's a part of the job that a lot of people don't see. Those 15 minutes before you're rolling, where you're just standing in someone's home looking around and making a call. You don't always get it perfect, you get it good enough. And then you make it great with light. The conversations we're capturing in that house, and really across the whole week, were pretty heavy. These people were carrying real weight, moral injury, loss, the long road back from service. There's a discipline required on set when the subject matter is that serious. You gotta stay focused. You're thinking about camera angles and audio levels and whether the light is on, because that's how you honor what they're sharing. You have to make sure all that gear and tech just takes a back seat to what's really important.
So I'm here with Sam, and we are just about to shoot our fireside interview. We have our director Josh over here as well.
Jamie.
Who? I'm with both director of photography Sam and director Jamie.
We're in like the southern tip of Alabama right now, and it's just a gorgeous night. The no-see-ums are just, heckling us like mad, but we are having a nice fire scene here. We're gonna have 3 people here at the fire just having a nice fireside chat. We got enough cameras to cover it, so
Yeah, we have 4 cameras. We'll see how many we use.
we got maybe 30 minutes of daylight, so
Yeah, well,
most of it.
okay, let's see how it goes.
One more thing about Alabama. When we were packing up at the end of the day, Brian and Holly loaded us up with drinks, snacks, and sent us off like family.
So it's really overly generous.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You spend enough time in someone's home capturing their story, and there's a warmth that happens that you don't really quite expect. Those are the moments on a shoot like this where you remember why the work matters. Day 3, Pensacola, the beach shoot. And if you've ever tried to run a multi-camera interview setup on a Florida beach with 40-kilometer-an-hour winds, I would describe it as clarifying. We had Rachel's interview on the beach in the morning and Josh's solo reflection near the War Memorial in the afternoon. The wind was testing our ability to get clean audio. We found a decent spot to do the interview and we positioned it sheltered to the side of a nearby building, which shielded us from the wind, but kept that stunning ocean view in the background. And that's when the police showed up.
Usually when the cops show up, you're like, oh, okay, I guess we can't film anymore. Or maybe we did something wrong. But these cops, we just had their picture taken with them, so.
We ended up getting a great candid conversation on camera. You can't just script that, but you have to be ready to see those moments happening in real time. That day was Jamie's birthday, so we grabbed a quick lunch at the beachside restaurant. Team photos, good food, and a moment to actually sit down together. Those mid-production pauses matter more than they seem. You come back to cameras with something more in the tank.
We're here at the Veterans War Memorial. Just getting some somber shots of Josh honoring some of the vets.
That evening, Josh was staying alone in a houseboat in Pensacola to capture a vlog-style reflection. Before we left him, I set up the Action 6 with presets dialed in for low light conditions, and left him with an Aperture MC light so he could record his own vlog that night. The footage he came back with was really intimate, in a way that nothing we could have filmed ourselves would have matched. Thursday was a driving day, 7 hours from Pensacola to Port St. Lucie. No shooting, just the team, the road, some good music, and a lot of conversation about family and life back home. Our final day started on a fishing boat. Jason and Crystal gave us some amazing interviews on one of the most naturally beautiful environments I've worked in, but it was physically demanding as I was shoulder mounting the camera for over an hour during the interview portion, and the heat was getting to me despite constantly hydrating. Then we moved to the Port St. Lucie Police Department.
We're just out here outside of the St. Lucie Police Department. Adam's over here filming. Yeah.
We had a very tight setup time, and we had to push to get the lights up fast. We ended up crafting a look I'm proud of in about 30 minutes. We closed the day chasing Josh on his motorcycle along the Florida coastline at sunset. The last shot of the day. Nashville to Fairhope to Pensacola to Port St. Lucie. Over 1,000 miles on the road. The credit for this series belongs to Iconium and the American Warriors Association. They built the Journey Unbound. They had the vision, the relationships, the mission. We were brought in to support what they were creating, and we gave everything we had to do that well. What I can speak to is the effort that Cassiar brought to every single day on the road. The early mornings, the late pack downs, the drone in the tree and the wind on the beach, the 15 minutes of standing in someone's living room trying to figure out where to put the cameras. The moments where the plan changed and we had to make something better than what we had planned. That's the job, and I genuinely love it. The Journey Unbound is available now. I'd encourage you to go watch it. The link is in the description. Go check it out.